Hello everyone, Mars Mangala is going to enter into the sign of Pisces where he will meet his arch enemy Rahu. What a confrontation, what a showdown. It's massive, but it's transformative because it takes place in the nakshatra of Revati. It's certainly dangerous because it's an Angaric yoga, and definitely this is dangerous for Mangala factors in our life. We need to understand this very, very carefully. So if you're new to my channel, don't forget to sub below, and if the video is good for you, give it a thumbs up. Let's go. Looking at the astrology is so important. Mangala enters Pisces. Yes, he likes to be here, but not when he meets Rahu. These are two army generals confronting each other in our life. Something is changing, transforming in a difficult way, though, because this is Mangala Sthambana. When Mars meets Rahu, Mars is completely defeated. How difficult is the defeat, though, depends on Jupiter, because Jupiter is the dispositor. So a few complications, but let's be very clear. What is Mangala in our lives? Mangala is our defense, our protector, and we need Mangala factors. Do not think Mangal is dangerous. Mangala is going to destroy things. Mangala protects many factors of our life. So wherever Aries Scorpio is in your chart during this conjunction, something's got to go. Something's got to be left behind or transformed. That's the clue. But the danger here, by the way, don't forget another point, everyone. This happens every 2 years. Mangala, Rahu meet each other every 2 years. The ethical general, Mars, meets the unethical fighter. Lord of the army of the gods, Kartikeya, Mars, meets the demoniac general. We know who's going to win. It's Mangala Sthambana because Rahu acts unethically. So we're going to all face some situations where we say, oh, this is so unfair. I didn't deserve this. Hold on. Things will definitely shift in June because Mars goes home into his strong castle Aries. So there is a definite lost situation, definite violence, confrontation. Everybody's on edge during this Mangala transit into Pisces. And where there is war in the world, where there is violence, conflict, it's going to get to a critical point in exactly the same way. Unethical methods, all sorts of difficulties and unexpected, shocking events, violence can erupt. We've got to remain calm, even though it will seem at some point a little bit out of control. Another reason why it's so difficult is that Saturn is behind, Sun is in front, Papakatari at the beginning of this transit. And another special factor, I'll speak more in a minute, Mangala will at the end of this transit go over the eclipse degree. The solar eclipse of April the 8th is going to be triggered by this transit. However, everyone, before I talk about that, let me just mention there is something very special happening at the beginning of this transit that we all need to take a note of. There's a Parivartanan exchange between Mangala and Guru happening from April 24th until the 1st of May, especially good after Mercury goes direct 26th. So really, it's just a few days. The last days of April, make the most of them. What are they good for? Meeting new people, new job opportunities, financial moves, compromise, relationships, future plans, opening up to new possibilities, making important decisions. The end of April is very good for that. After that, not so good because Jupiter's gone into Taurus. So after the 1st of May, everybody, when Guru has moved forward into Taurus as the dispositor of this Mangala Rahu conjunction, this is more dangerous. Why? Because 3 away is taking up arms, confrontation, arguments, tension. So 1st of May right up until the exact conjunction is extremely dangerous moment. The exact conjunction is the 18th, 19th of May. Take note of it. This is a dangerous time. You see, people become very impatient, violent. Two army generals facing, neither of which want to stand down. But it's a dangerous situation because Rahu is going to do unexpected maneuvers. He's going to manipulate all of his guile. He's in Pisces. It's a bit like a sea monster rising from the deep. We didn't expect it. Now what do we do? All we have to do is stay calm, everybody, not react to very provoking situations which will come up. Don't forget, it isn't just this exact date. Right from the beginning of May, anything could happen suddenly, dangerously. But don't be afraid of it. Here's the key, everyone. Rahu gets strength from this because he knows he can defeat Mars. But the defeat is temporary. Don't forget something else. Rahu is smoke and illusion. This danger, which seems momentous, which seems absolutely impossible to deal with, will be dealt with when Mangala gets into Aries in June. Do not fear. So accept losses, retreat, let it be. You will recoup them all after Mangala gets into his own sign, Aries. Whatever you do, don't confront dangerous people, situations. You see, some people love this. People who are motivated by ill will enjoy this. Therefore, expect violence in the world. Expect especially war-torn situations to become very dangerous indeed. But it isn't just war-torn situations, it's everywhere. This is an internal factor everybody feels. People in your life who you think of as very calm together, people will become agitated. People who you think are very rational people become irrational. Notice this because the stress of this Mangala-Rahu conjunction affects everyone. Particularly Aries, Scorpio people, Moon and Ascendant, stay calm, Mangala Sthambana, don't get yourself into arguments, confrontation, and definitely some signs even benefit from this disruption. Taurus, Gemini, Libra, Capricorn, there's some good factors for you during these difficulties, that's for sure. As I mentioned previously, 26th to 30th of May, though, the very tail end of this transit. Yes, Mangala's going this way, Rahu's going this way. Thank goodness they are separating, but it isn't finished because Mangala will tip off the eclipse degrees around these dates, the end of May. Something which you'd been unsure of becomes very obvious. Something which you know is not going to work becomes very obviously in a critical situation. Once again, go with this. Check the video on my channel, Solar Eclipse, if you've not seen it, any of you, because that shows you what that solar eclipse meant for you. And these dates will bring all of those issues up again, but to be resolved. Don't forget, it's going to take 6 months all in all for that solar eclipse to settle. And the end of May, everybody, is an important tipping point. Check the video. The link is below. How to use a reading, sidereal Vedic horoscope only, reading from moon sign and ascendant. You can also check in the D9 Navamsa to get a much deeper picture. Don't forget though, it's not a tropical Western horoscope. So if you don't know where your Vedic moon ascendant signs are, check the link below to a website, put in your birth data and those markers will come up for you. Let's go. Aries, your Lord Mangala is going to conjunct with Rahu, the Lord of your 9th house and your 6th house. Sorry, the Lord of your 11th house and your 6th house. This is even more confrontational, but it's all happening in the 12th house of your chart. Don't get yourself drawn into conflicting situations, work colleagues, or even in a interview situation. If you are doing any job searching, going for any interview during this time, especially May, the end of April's good. Listen to what I said beginning of the video, but May onwards, there's something unexpected, some confrontation, some unexpected factor going to come up in this new job scenario. See, it's all happening 12th house, secret things going on, and you're becoming especially secretive now. You're really becoming aware of the need to keep your own peace. This is good. Guard against confrontation and sudden threats, though. By staying aloof, you'll be fine. And it may be health related. You're not sleeping well during this time. You're feeling agitated, worried. You need to de-stress, meditation, relaxation. Any health issues, get them sorted soon as possible. Even your pets could be having stresses, issues, and this worries you. So get anything sorted with your non-human companions with yourself, and you'll feel much better sooner you sort out these difficulties. Generally, though, avoid confrontations you can't win. Your Lord's in the 12th house. He can't do anything from here because he doesn't see the real situation. June onwards, Mangala's in your sign. You will make powerful beginnings. For Taurus, Moon and Ascendant, this conjunction, particularly from the Moon, but also Ascendant, Mangala and Rahu in the 11th house, is like so favorable to you, even though you're going to think, how can this be good? Believe me, long-term consequences of this Mangala Rahu conjunction, this whole transit, will be good for you. First of all, Mangala does well here. Something upsets your future goals, but it's good. There's a really good opportunity, job opportunity, wealth making opportunity. There will be tension in your workplace. Make no mistake. There will be tension even with your spouse. Make no mistake, because Mangala is 7th Lord. Business people, marketplace goes crazy, upsets happen, business partners going a bit ballistic. There's so much tension, but you sort it out by staying calm. Calmest on the field wins the day, Taurus. You can do this. There will be tension, workplace colleague tension, business tension, as I say. But Mangala is your 12th house lord. Even expenses get sorted because new source of income comes to many Taurians unexpectedly in the most amazing way. Students getting tension because this Mangala Rahu is opposed to your 5th house education. You can't focus on your education. You're feeling agitated, tense. Once again, you're going to be fine. Even if you have to change something about the course, even if you have to leave the course, whatever it is, new opportunities are coming. You're going to get the best from this. Do not fear. Whatever seems to be opposing you is actually not. That's a trick to understanding this Mangala transit into Pisces. Gemini Moon, Gemini Ascendant, the conjunction of this Mangala, Rahu, the angelic yoke takes place in your 10th house. Careers come to a tipping point now. Something has to change, and now it's definitely going to happen. See, Mars is your 6th house lord. Check what I've just said. Beginning of the video, 6th house is under threat. So this is good for you because difficulties in your workplace, work colleague tension, it's going to erupt, particularly in May, but it's going to erupt in your favor if you stay calm. You'll become tense, agitated, wanting to argue with the boss, get into arguments with your colleagues. Avoid this at all costs. You'll be fine. It's true, some job opportunity promotion may not happen, maybe unexpected problems with it. Do not fear, that was not meant for you. The right opportunity is coming. Just don't do precipitous moves. You might feel like just leaving the job now. You're very impulsive in your career. Stay calm. Believe me, Mangala going into Aries. June, you will find the absolute perfect, profitable opening for yourself. Stay patient. And by the way, there can be difficulties in your friendship network circles as well. Once again, don't get into negative confrontations with your friends. They need you. You can be source of strength to other people during this really tense time. Final factor, there'll be domestic stress. Mother's health may be difficult. Confrontation with the mother, some of you avoid it. Here's the thing, domestic problems can't be sorted completely in your favor yet, but soon they will be. For Cancer, Moon, Ascendant, this is a very iffy time because you're going to have all of this danger happening in a house that you can't control much. Other people are causing disruption in your life. Stay calm within, you'll be fine. You're going to be having tensions with your father, some of you mentor, boss, especially superiors. All sorts of sudden changes happen with people who have power over you. Even advice which you get is not to be trusted. Listen to your gut intuition, all of you, during this time. Some people have ulterior motives. Stay away from these people. I have to tell you, if you're a student, it's going to become a little bit chaotic, to say the least. Suddenly, teachers may not be there. Lecturers are doing sudden things, changing everything. Everything becomes chaotic and you become emotionally disturbed. Stay calm. Even your study skill gets affected. Why? Because Mangala is your fifth house lord. So don't let yourself become agitated by external things. Stay focused. Some of you even leave the course, just can't stand it anymore. Avoid precipitous action. I would definitely advise, don't forget, Rahu is smoke and illusion. If you've been planning the change for some time, that's okay. If you've got kids, if you're planning to have kids, there can be sudden changes about family matters as well. Once again, kids can be having problems, accidents maybe occasionally. Thing is, it's going to be fine. Just don't get too upset and everything works out. Don't forget, once again, it seems to be worse than actually what it is. Something happens which upsets for everybody. Career move, status. You think, what is this? What do I do now? You do nothing. Okay, this is smoke and illusion for you. What seems to be lost is not finally finished yet. Mongol is a good planet for you. When he goes into your 10th house in June onwards, you will sort all of these difficult workplace and study problems. Do not fear. Leo moon, Leo ascendant, this conjunction of Rahu and Mangala. Mangala is good for you, don't forget, but it's taking place in the 8th house. Talk about transformation of your direction. It's definitely going to happen during this transit. You're going to feel a lot of tension about financial matters. All of a sudden, finances go out of control. Problems with your family finance, business finance, investments, world legacies, anything. It seems out of control. Don't try to rein it in yet. Let the dust settle. Don't get into arguments with your spouse. That's the thing. Rahu is your 7th house lord. You're arguing about money, finances, and it's not a pretty picture. Don't get into this negative mood. Try to cooperate, spouse, business partner. The more cooperation you can do, and it's hard for you sometimes, better will be the outcome of this transit. 2 areas to be cautious of: home life, property deals, and foreign land concerns. There can be sudden losses with property, home concerns, and definitely travel situation is a bit iffy during this time. Try to not do too much traveling, particularly foreign land. But generally speaking, it's about foreign investments, foreign financial deals can come under threat. Students are feeling highly agitated, but actually Mangala Rahu helps you get tremendous insight. You could get sudden insight. Research students, all of a sudden you get it. All of a sudden now you know how to make this project work. Time to yourself, silent study. Students are going to get tremendous progress. 8th house is about deep study. Go for this. It's a good time. On the whole, though, this confrontation between Mangala Rahu upsets you emotionally because Mars is affecting your 4th house. That's the thing. He rules Scorpio, 4th house for Leo. So you're going to become emotionally agitated, feeling upset, feeling on edge all the way through. The more you can control yourself, Leo, you can do this if you try, the happier you will be. It's true, domestic issues are very upsetting. Mother may be having health problems. Mother may be having problems, and you are called in to help, definitely. Property deals don't happen the way you want. Repairs in the home are not getting sorted. All of this. Stay calm. It's a temporary situation. Don't let it upset you. You've got a lot of strength now. Do you know, Mangala is such a good planet for you. Even when he gets into a difficult situation, you can go through this and come out stronger if you don't lose your cool. For Virgo moon, Virgo ascendant, watch out because Mangala has gone into a Malakasthana position in the 7th house of your chart where he is conjuncting your lord, your co-lord, who is Rahu. On the one hand, your Lord is strong because Rahu gets strength 7th house, but Mars is disturbing. Mars is just disturbing and agitating from his weakened position. Check beginning of the video. Mars is struggling here. Calmness wins the day, as I've already said. Become detached from other people's agitation. Spouse can be having health issues, difficulty, and definitely sudden upsets financially may occur. Some of you, business areas, markets fluctuating, such things are just going to come up unexpectedly for you during this period. You can have disturbances with your neighbors, siblings as well, because Mangala rules them. They're having difficult situation and you may be called upon to help. Emergency situations, you have to respond quickly sometimes. But you're becoming mentally agitated by these malefics in your 7th house. Once again, detach yourself. K2's in your 1st house. Stay detached and you will get through this absolutely fine. One thing, don't make sudden financial moves. Investment, stock market, it's not going to work. It's just going to put you into a very vulnerable, dangerous situation. Wait for some time. Spouse can be having unexpected health issues, all of this. And it's a very stressful time because so many unpredictable factors coming up. But here's the good news generally. The more you keep yourself detached from other people's agitation, spouse, of course, you have to help. But generally speaking, you don't have to become involved in arguments around you. K2 will keep you detached, and that's a good thing. Finally, for those of you, depending on your circumstances, who are seeking new romance, there can be sudden attractions, particularly strong sexual attractions coming up. How can we say that? Because Mangala is your 3rd lord, indicating this. If it does, though, get to know people slowly. Mangala with Rahu, people can shock you. Suddenly you see people in a completely different light and you're just not sure about them anymore. Take it slow. That's the key. Libra moon, Libra ascendant, you're one of the signs coming out of this really, really strongly. Why? Because Mangala's transit in the 6th house of your chart, Pisces, is extremely good for you. Mightn't be so good for your spouse. Spouse could be having problems, health issues. Definitely, there's a lot of stress around you. There's no doubt. You could be having health issues coming up suddenly, but all of these things will be good. Why? Because you will sort them. Rahu, Mars, yes, it is sudden. It is unexpected. But now you get the best advice. You finally sort health issues and spouse's health issues as well. If you have small animals, pets, they can be having sudden problems as well. Once again, swifter you can deal with it, the better. Stay calm. There can be sudden repair jobs, emergency situations coming up around you, sudden financial problems, all of a sudden, more expenses, all of these things. But you once again gain by this because you get insight into the best way to deal with your problems. So while other people all around you are becoming agitated, you can stay calm. You can come out of this strong. It's very important that you do stay calm, by the way, Libra. Why? Because Mangala Rahu can lead you into impulsivity if you don't make an effort. Thereby accidents can happen. Once again, though, it's generally not harmful to you. You come out strong because both these malefics are well placed. 6th house. Court issues, legal cases, anything such as this you are currently involved in, you win. Litigation situations, you win. Even if it looks like you're not going to win, you do. And definitely workplace stress is going through the roof. People around you are becoming chaotic. You gain by the chaos. It's amazing. Stand aside. Don't get yourself involved in these difficult confrontations. For Scorpio, Moon and Ascendant, watch your step. You're going to be feeling really assertive, creative, really potent about what you can do now, but it's an illusion. You can run into a real problem here. When your Lord Mangala combusts with Rahu, you can't win if you overstep the mark, and you won't know you've done it until it's too late. So basically, Scorpio, rein in impulsive decisions, moves, and definitely don't get into arguments in your domestic sphere. This is a real difficulty. Don't go in for risk taking. That's the thing. Fifth house, speculative, gain, risking, stock market, all of this. You'll feel like doing it. Property deals, risky deals. No. Rein it in, because you could come out the loser. Just a little more time, and Mangala goes into the sixth house of your chart, where you will win all the way when he gets into Aries in June. Hold fire. And Mangala is your sixth house lord. Health issues you thought you'd sorted unexpectedly come up. Problems in your workplace. Talk about workplace stress going over the top. It's big. Once again, you can't sort it now, but you will do so in June. Have some patience. Legal issues, everything about court cases, if you should be involved in these, seem to go against you now. You're losing, you don't know what to do, but you're not losing. June onwards, it comes in your favor again. Once again, patience. Do not overreact. Students are going to find roadblocks unexpectedly in your education. Maybe domestic scene stops you studying. Confrontations there. Hold fire. Don't let it get too serious. Here's the thing. You're pushing ahead so strongly, studying so well, and then unexpectedly something goes wrong. Hold fire. Just have some patience. Don't study too quickly. You're just running ahead with yourself and not learning properly. Take it slow. Learning will be fine. If you've got children, you're trying to control them, make things work for them, do good stuff for them, and they're going out of control. You don't know what to do. Let them be. Once again, it will sort out far better in a month or so. If you try to put too much pressure on your kids, I promise you, depending on their age, of course, during this time, it could backfire badly. If you are starting a family, there can be sudden upsets, difficulty. Once again, have patience. Don't become downhearted. On the other hand, if you don't want to start a family, have caution, because there could be unexpected pregnancies. Some people, once again, caution, circumspection. I can only warn you about the possibilities. Finally, depending on your age, there could be sudden, wild infatuations happening, romantically strong sexual attractions, get to know people slowly. Combustion, Rahu with your Lord, it's difficult to see people who they are. If they stick around long term, you can make it work. For now, things are not quite what they seem. Or in some ongoing romance, unexpected hurdles come up. Stay patient. Sagittarius, Moon and Ascendant. Rahu's in your fourth house, unexpected domestic problems, and now Mars is going to combust there. You can expect sudden repairs come up, sudden difficulties in the domestic sphere which really agitate you. If you've got house sales going on or moves going on, changing domestic scene, there are sudden unexpected hurdles. Expect those to happen. Check the dates I've already given you at the beginning of the video. They'll become very important. If you are going overseas, traveling, etc., Mars is your 12th lord. Once again, unexpected hurdles, difficulties may be there. Mars is your 5th house lord. Children could be having issues as well, and this is just irritating you if you should have children. Definitely, you should think of this as a really agitating, stressful, but short-term factor rather than long-term hurdles. Students are getting really stressed because Mangala is your 5th house lord and he's gone 12th to himself, combust Rahu. You feel like changing the course. You just had enough of all this. It can't be right for you. It is. Give it a bit of time. Studying outside of the home in some other private study place will probably help you. Try it out. Mangala is your 12th house lord, so your sleep could be disturbed as well. Is there anything positive happening for you here? Yes. Check the beginning of the video. There's one very important loophole here happening at the beginning of the transit when you can sort out so many financial problems, home problems quickly. If you check those dates at the end of April, check beginning of the video, there is an opportunity. After that, just stay with it. Soon, this combustion comes to an end and you move ahead much more smoothly. Capricorn, Moon and Ascendant, you're one of the signs that's going to make the best of this difficult, really challenging transit. How come it's happening for you so well? Because Mangala and Rahu are going to combust in the 3rd house of your chart. But be careful, check beginning of the video. Mangala is your 4th house lord. So there can be stress, mother can be having health issues, domestic arguments happen sometimes, and property deals, home moves go not smoothly. That's the thing. There can be unexpected hurdles with all domestic concerns, but here's really good news. You will gain from these unexpected factors. Stay patient. But if you push ahead too much, too quickly, particularly check beginning of the video for those key dates. May is the most difficult time. April's good. You're going to find that financially you're a bit at a loss, but it's temporary. Basically, you've got to keep yourself calm and steady, which you normally do. And even though things seem to go out of control domestically, even traveling sometimes, because this is 3rd house, you are going to be fine. So the only problem is your mental stress. That could go very high. Who are you becoming stressed by? Colleagues, workplace, 11th house, and domestic scene. People are quarreling around you, becoming agitated, coming out with unexpected factors that you didn't think, what is this going on? Let it be. It's all going to be smoke and illusion. Check the beginning of the video. It isn't going to be what it seems. If you are in any legal case, any sort of dispute, you're going to win. Even if it looks like you're not, you will. Now, Capricorn, Moon and Ascendant, you're going to be in a very competitive mood. My goodness, talk about bring it on. You're going to feel like I can take on the world during this transit. Your communication skill becomes so powerful. People are astounded by you. Presentations, interviews, it's good. But there will be much more competition than you expected. Still, go for it. If it's meant to be, it will definitely happen. Aquarius, Moon and Ascendant, big run-ins in your family circle and with financial matters, but you come out okay. Just make sure that you don't lose friends, that you don't agitate family members, or it could become long-term difficult. Be considerate of other people is the most important message for Aquarius, Moon and Ascendant during this confrontation between Mangala and your Lord Rahu in the 2nd house of your chart. You're going to become impulsive financially. Maybe you will win, but is it long-term win? Check out any financial deals, stock market, investments carefully, because K2 still remains in the 8th house of your chart. Things may not be quite what they seem. You may have run-ins with your siblings, particularly younger siblings maybe, but any siblings, brothers maybe as well. The thing is, they're having problems and you're getting drawn into it. Don't get into unnecessary confrontations. Be supportive. This is what you are meant to do during this time. But you may feel like it's too much bother, and this is going to cause difficulty. Neighborhood problems may be happening. Run in with your neighbors in distress. You may have to help them, but keep yourself a bit aloof. Don't get into neighborhood tension, quarrel. It could become potentially difficult. Job you've been hoping to do may not be available to you. Mars becomes distressed. He is your 10th house lord. Or superiors change. Workplace situation, hierarchy changes overnight. Sudden changes make you feel out of control. Watch what you say in the workplace. Don't make sudden workplace changes if you can avoid it. Most of all, don't get into contention in the workplace. It's not going to work. Even if you seem to win, long term, it can come back to haunt you. In fact, because your Lord Rahu combusts with Mangala in the second house of your chart, you must watch your speech with everybody. Something which you say during this transit will haunt you for a long time. Rein in impulsive speech. You're going to hurt family members, colleagues, anybody without meaning to. So be careful. And watch your food intake. You could eat something which is not good for you. Rahu is poisons even. However, you could make good changes to your diet if you take advice. Focus on staying calm, not letting all of these sudden events agitate you, make you feel insecure. Very soon, Mangala is going into the third house of your chart. You'll get on top of all these difficulties very soon. Pisces moon, Pisces ascendant, have some caution, especially Pisces moon become very agitated by this. Mangala in your moon sign, Rahu is there. You can become impulsive with your speech. Mangala is your second house lord and he's not doing well. You think you're going to get away with it. You feel justified, angry. But if you express negative emotion during this time, it will not have good outcome. Restrain emotion, restrain speech is really important. If you're a student, be really careful. Mangala is your ninth house lord, representing teachers, lecturers, mentors, guru, even father, definitely. Disputes with all of these people is definitely possible. Ninth house lord Mars in a difficult situation, distressed in your first house. You're becoming fed up with your education course if you are a student. You feel like either chucking it in or you don't know what to do. It's all so confusing. Guess what though? Teachers, lecturers can't help you now. They're having their own problems. Do it for yourself. Rahu strong, first house. You can become fantastic researcher, independent learner during this Mangala transit. You should definitely not be afraid to do this. You might get yourself fitter, start a whole new exercise routine, but Mangala Rahu can show accidents, difficulties. Take it slow, don't go over the top. Moderation, pacing yourself will help you avoid all of these unfortunate factors. Slow and steady wins the day, Pisces, when this Mangala combustion happens in the first house of your chart. But still, it is a very tense time for all Pisces because Rahu represents business, partner, spouse, and secret enemies as well. Business situations very iffy. Don't make big changes. Don't make speculative gain or anything financially risky. It is not going to work. You see, Pisces, ultimately, Mangala is so afflicted in this first house, you're stepping away from disputes. As I say, what you say can have long-term consequences. Don't get into dispute with your spouse, with anybody in distant shores, educational settings, all of these places, because long term comes back to haunt you. However, if you become too secretive, too private, other people sense it and they don't trust you. It's very tense. What can help you? Spiritual practice, 12th house, spiritual retreat, practice, meditation keeps you on top of this stressful time. Do not fear. Hope the video was helpful for you. Check out the other important transits up on your screen right now. New to my channel, sub below. Great to have you on board. Goodbye for now and God bless everyone.